Okay, it's March 24th still. I'm out here still walking the belt grind, and honestly, the clip I made before was more than sufficient for today. It's the longest one I've ever made, and I'll have to be paying attention here in a minute because I'm about to have to change the way this course works a little bit since Angel gave me, well, I didn't say that. A lot of stuff has happened since I stopped the recording that would have been great to actually record, particularly the thing that just inspired me to record again. But I ended up meeting up with Angel, and he told me like the actual Beltline path that's going to eventually exist that doesn't yet exist. So I'm going to try to do that today, rather than the official route. Oh, got some kids coming up. Because it should be a little bit more exciting. And I think I've probably only done it once with Angel, and it would have been like 2011. Let's see if these kids have something to say to me. But anyway, that's just kind of exciting. A little, not nerve-wracking, but I'll have to be on my guard because it's on active trails, or active rails, and I'll have to do a little bit of trespassing. So I need to definitely be on guard and ready to do what I need to do out here. And beyond that, I just stopped and talked in this neighborhood with these two guys, these two black guys, older, maybe 10 years older than me, talking about the race. One of them approached me when I first entered the neighborhood, and he was like asking me if I was with the race that was coming through today. And I told him that I was just walking the course, but then he started talking about like everything that was going to happen with this area, this neighborhood of families and people. I don't know what the situation is in this neighborhood. Angel would probably know, and in fact, he would have been a good person to have by my side at this moment. But I was just listening to these two guys talk about how the Beltline is going to come through, and basically, it's going to require that the neighborhood be broken down. And they're talking about how, like, basically all the services are stopping to this area. Like, MARTA doesn't go, the buses don't go up to it anymore. There's like no grocery store for them. Like, they're basically ligating this community in the same way that you like try to kill a hernia within a person's body by tying like a really tight rubber band around it and then just stopping the blood supply so that it dies. Like, that's kind of what is happening to this community, which is like really weird. You know, as a white man standing there listening to these guys talk, I'm like, man, I just can't help but feel responsible, or at the very least, I'm like, you know, associated or in cahoots with. I mean, I fucking live on the Beltline. I just said that in the last clip. Like, you know, I'm Beltline adjacent. Like, I didn't displace anyone in and of myself by moving into the house that I live in now, but, you know, I don't know. Definitely upset the native population, and I don't really know. I mean, there's been white people living in this neighborhood for a while. Not that that's any kind of excuse, but yeah, I mean, I think I probably stood there for 20 minutes listening to these two guys talk back and forth, and I had just read an article yesterday about how the Beltline, the West Side Beltline, is supposed to be completed in 2023. And so that was the information that I provided to the conversation. And this one guy who was sitting on the porch, he was like shocked. He was like, he just kept saying stuff like, so them motherfuckers gonna come down and tear all this down. And then the other guy who was like raking and originally had talked to me about the race, he was like, he kept saying like, yeah, people think I have conspiracy theories, but I listen, I know what's going on. He's like, the only time they're gonna come through this neighborhood is when they got a wrecking ball. They're just gonna wreck all this shit. Like, he was talking about how they've been repairing some roads and putting up like new traffic signs and everything, but they skipped before and like right after this neighborhood. So it's like they're like kind of smoking them out. And, you know, I get it. Like, you make the situation so bad in the area that you're eventually wanting to demolish that you hope the people leave voluntarily before you have to figure out how to like coax them out. But yeah, man, gentrification, it's a bitch. And, you know, I don't know how to do anything about it. Kudos to people who do, and I guess who try to help these people. Got some more people coming up on bikes. How's it going? like an obstacle course over here. Anyway, unfortunately, this isn't as interesting as if I had just recorded what was actually said. But I was just like, wow, this is like a very intimate moment, and it's one that I would probably never have access to if it wasn't for the exact place that I am right now. And so, like, it just reminds me of, like, this really, not cringy, but this Marilyn Manson clip. Oh shit, this is like serious bike stuff back here. Some obstacle course type stuff. Damn, this would fuck me up. I wouldn't be able to do this. Maybe with a full suspension bike. Definitely not a hardtail. Damn, that doesn't even look possible. I guess it is though, if you have a low enough gear. If you have a low enough gear and a high enough bottom bracket, you could probably do this shit. Yeah, it feels pretty stable. Anyway, so yeah, like Marilyn Manson said in this documentary about Columbine, you know, like, I think someone was like, what would you say to the kids from Columbine High School if you had a moment to talk to them? Damn. And Marilyn Manson was like, I wouldn't say anything, I would just listen. And that's exactly what no one did, or something like that. So similarly, I don't know what I could say to those guys. I felt apologetic, if anything, for even mentioning it. But the guy who was who didn't know about all the changes to come, he was like, no, I appreciate it. Like, it means, I got to get off my ass and get my shit together. And I was just like, damn. Like, what would it be like? Tables turned. Like, someone's telling me my house is it's going to be demolished in 3 years at most, and probably, truthfully, a year and a half at 3 years at most, a year and a half at least. I think I would just be shocked. I would feel outraged. Like, but this is like where I live. Like, although, I mean, I own the house, I don't think those people necessarily own those apartments. Not to say that, like, you shouldn't have a reasonable expectation if you live in a place that you could continue to live in the place, like, indefinitely, as long as it fit your needs. Like, it's not usual that you have to consider that the place you're living in might no longer exist. That is not typical, and that is not a comfortable feeling, I'm sure. What can you do? I don't know. It'd be interesting to talk to Angel about it, because he, of all people, would have one of the most educated, understandings of everything. Man, it's pretty raw back here. As soon as I get over to King Plow area, I'll have to be getting onto some active tracks. So I'll certainly end this clip before that time. But I've actually never walked here before. Or biked, for that matter. When Jacob and I tried to find the belt grind route last year, we attempted this area because we knew hypothetically it was supposed to be over here. And I think, maybe it was just that hard, because the people who put the event on, I remember a lot of posts about people breaking derailleur hangers and otherwise getting their bikes really messed up. There's another bird of prey up above me. Damn, it's gonna get nasty out here later. So it could have just been that raw. There might have been that much kudzu. Pretty messy back here. I shudder to think about what sort of readings one could find if they were to carry a Geiger counter out here. Oh, nice, another angel marking. Straight on. Straight on. Probably should pee here in a sec. I think, what am I going under right now? What road would this likely be? I have no idea. Think about it. Martin Luther King, maybe? No, probably not. Crossing over a little creek. I don't even think a Sawyer filter would make that stuff drinkable. Fuck this. I'm walking on all these rocks. It doesn't make anything any better. A lot of stuff back here. Trash, I guess. Damn. it's kind of nice being out here by myself, just because with anyone else, I wouldn't really be able to take it in, I don't think, as much. Ooh, this is sketchy. This is going to be wild on a bike. All those guys who just got done doing the fried clay thing, fried clay 200K, I think that was what it was called. This would probably, holy shit, this stuff is, oh my god, deep. They would probably think this was like a breeze. I think this is basically the type of landscape they had for over 120 miles. So, damn, this is like a good Appalachian Trail. I mean, obviously the corridor is way too wide to mimic the Green Tunnel, but the terrain is pretty rough and rugged. This is like crazy. This is like, if I had to think about it, I would say this is probably phase 2 Beltline reconstruction, or just construction. Like, they've come through, they've done like a pass to knock down all the trees that were going along this corridor, and they haven't really cleaned up the area much since doing that initial bit. It is, I guess it's divide and conquer is the reason why they renovate it the way they do, because to do it all at once would be, it's too big of a project to do all at once. So you gotta kind of focus on certain parts and make that your goal. Okay, that's IKEA in front of me, so I'm getting close to 17th, which means I'm getting close to the goat farm, which means I'm getting close to Terminal West, which means I'll have to go behind Terminal West into, or behind a liquor store, and go through a hole in the fence to the live and active CSX lines. God, this is going to be such a fucking clusterfuck. Oh my god. This is going to be, for the uninitiated rider, this is going to be a fucking killer. Jesus, if I saw this, I would be on guard. This is going to be terribly funny to watch, and potentially terribly dangerous for some people. Okay, I don't know where I am yet. Looks like I'm gonna have to choose mud here in a sec. I'd like to avoid that. Okay, that's not too deep. All right, I need to check my directions real quick. Wow, I've never been here before. I've never seen this warehouse before. I don't even know where I am. I must be, I don't even know. What is that? Oh, okay, I think I'm right now parallel with Joseph E. Lowry, which means I'm really close to Terminal West and jumping onto the active tracks. I see someone in front of me. They look a bit like a ne'er-do-well, but then again, I suppose I probably do too. He's going off trail, so it's probably all good. And in any case, that's why I have the beat stick, which is now conveniently placed in my backpack so that I can quickly pull it out, much like a katana. One thing I'll end with, since I think I'm pretty much done, there was a guy who passed me on a bike before it was right after seeing Angel, more or less, chronologically. And he stopped and he was talking to me, but I could not understand a word of what he was saying. It was extremely, I don't know if he was deaf or was unable to speak, what the situation was, but I couldn't understand him. He was talking like this. I'll do an imitation, not even just to be funny, because it wasn't funny, but he was like, and I was just like trying my hardest to understand what he was saying, and I really couldn't understand. So with that, I tried my best. Human to human, I knew we could concentrate and figure it out. But in any case, I'll leave it there for now. Talk to you later. How's it going? You know there's going to be a bike race through here today? Today. A bike race. Yeah, there's going to be about 600 people coming through this area.
Where are you coming from?
They're doing a loop on the Beltline So they're starting. Do you know like the Monday night brewery on the West Side Beltline, like the paved part?
Oh, then the West End.
The West End, yeah, yeah.
How do they go? They go down that way.
Yeah, there's actually some arrows that point like the direction.
Oh, I see no arrow.
The orange ones,
Oh, do that go all the way to the what? Washington Park?
Washington Park, and then yeah, it goes all the way around the city.
Dug it out to Washington Park.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
So heads up for that.
Okay, all right. Thanks.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be wild.
I didn't know it went that far. Okay.
Yeah, it goes all the way to Piedmont Park, basically. I mean, if you keep following this thing around.
'Cause I was wondering where it went. I know I went on. I used to ride on that Proctor Creek.
Yeah, the Proctor Creek Beltline.
Creek, yeah, for my bike.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is your bike not all right? Or is it?
Well, it needs some tires. I don't know if I need to buy some new ones or just get another bike.
Hmm.
Bike can cost for $100.
Right. Yeah.
Tires be like
20.
$20 at the same at Walmart.
Right.
Outside tires, yeah.
Do you know Sopo? Do you know Reynoldstown?
Yeah, I know. Right.
There's a bike co-op place, and they help people, especially if your bike, if you can't really afford to get new tires, they help you out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Sopo.
Okay. Thanks
So.
for the information,
Yeah.
yeah. I had a bike I used to ride to work.
Yeah.
And right there where the sprocket said the sprocket came apart.
Right.
And the guy when they, redoing that building, he went and brought that one for me.
Huh.
It's for a criminal period. That was about a year ago. I guess I don't roll it out. Yeah, but it'll still ride. I take parts off of this one and put it on that one.
Yeah, you could probably do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing so far. Well, yeah, I'm about getting ready to get up because I know soon I'm going to have to get up anyway.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm all cleaning up, packing up and stuff.
How long have you been here?
About three, almost 4 years.
Really? Just in the same spot?
Yeah, I was over there until they started working on that fixing on the building.
Yeah.
And he told him he had to move. So since I had some cats, I went in the meeting. I took them a little thing over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then I just came back and just camped out here.
But they left you alone and everything. It's all good back here for you?
Yeah. But he had gave, a while back, he had gave Richmond Stadium. Yeah. I don't know who owned it now, but back then the guy who owned that building, putting on a new roof, fixing it up and stuff. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, till they get fixing it up, I just stayed over there.
Right. How is it when it rains?
Well, I'm all right.
Yeah.
It's dry and cool.
Yeah?
Yeah. I done throwed all them blankets. You didn't have them blankets on there. I just throw them on there. Yeah. Throw them on there. They're really sitting down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to rain tomorrow. You already know? Yeah.
Tomorrow,
Yep. Yeah.
other than that, most of the time I be mostly gone anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just doing jobs or whatever around.
Yeah, I help out. Get these couple senior citizens. I help them out.
Okay.
Cleaning up around their house.
Right, right.
Fixing the oils in here.
Right, right.
Help them out. They can't afford. I be in that same boat if I live alone.
Right.
I ain't got no family, so yeah. But other than that, just hanging out here. I ain't know it went that far, 'cause I be wondering where all those guys be coming. They be coming on no bike. I wonder if they go straight or do they turn up through that way?
Yeah, you have to eventually, you take a left into a neighborhood,
Yeah.
and that's how you get back up to like Washington Park.
Okay,
And-
that's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works. It's pretty clear now with the path that they've made for it, but even just a year ago, I couldn't find how it was supposed to connect. But yeah, like you're,
I like that Proctor Creek. When you get down there so far, I
yeah,
think the 4-point-some mile, and then I guess you got to go up to Perry Boulevard or something, get back on the trail somehow. Like,
Oh, really?
I ain't never went no further than where they building them apartments.
right,
But that way it stopped. I tried to supposed to go to the Chattahoochee River. I ain't never went.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, you're in for a show today.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be a parade, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well,
If I be here, I'd probably be sitting there listening to something. NCAA.
yeah, yeah. Well, you might be able to snag a free beer or two too if you if the crowd is feeling good, I guess.
Oh, is that kind of race?
It should be. Yeah, it's kind of like off the books, you know, like just a secret.
They're gonna be on they're gonna be on foot.
Oh no, they'll be on bikes. But there's an obstacle course station. If you go here and then take a left and follow the orange arrows.
I seen the orange arrows.
Yeah.
On the bank here.
Yeah.
I seen a little like a little barrel.
Yeah, the barrels, and they have like some seesaw things.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think they're probably going to be drinking beer right about there.
Okay.
So, yeah, man.
I'm glad I can stop and talk. I might walk and see how see kind of trail it is.
Yeah, yeah.
I said, where do they be going? I said, I guess they go down that way. I don't know. I ain't know they went that way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty nice over there right now. There's some shade, so, you know, you get out of the sun for a little while. Although I guess you have the umbrella and everything.
Oh, that really scrapping. I didn't have an idea. But I got to get into the scrap yard. It's all aluminum.
Oh, yeah.
Throw it away. It's not tore up yet. I didn't put it up there. I had that bucket right there. But it went in 10, but then I didn't came up with an idea and it don't dry right enough.
They'll give you $10 though? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh,
I had got it from somebody that put it out on the street.
yeah.
I had got it just aluminum.
Uh-huh.
The frame is. That was them gathering up stuff, bagging it up, taking it to the scrap yard or whatever.
Well, good luck. Yeah, man.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, take care. Wow. Another dude. It actually looks like some stuff right there. Damn. Well, I don't know if any of that was audible. Certainly the guy who I was talking to, there's no way you could have heard him. But hopefully you did, and I don't know. I guess I'm trying to do my part. If you can't do anything at all about any situation, and you're completely powerless, or at least you feel so, I think the least that you can do is just try to be kind to another person. Because, life is hard. That guy I was just talking to, he said he has no family. He just lives out here. I completely believe it and agree. So, I mean, that's all you can do. It's literally the least you can do. Just don't compound another person's misery as best you can. And that's good enough to try and help out with the situation. There's some people setting up a station up here. I'm going to ask them if I can grab a drink and try to go give it to that guy if he hasn't already gotten one. The guy who I was talking to was extremely skinny. Like, I could just see his figure through his shirt. He was wearing a big billowy shirt, but it was kind of windy, and I could just see how skinny this guy was. It was pretty absurd. So I'm going to try to get something back to him from these dudes. So, and in fact, I'll just keep you along for the ride with that, and then I'll end it if I can take it back to him. Let's see what these dudes say. How's it going?
How you doing?
Good. There's actually like a homeless guy a little ways back. Do you guys know him?
Nah, but that's typical. Is he all right?
Oh yeah, he's okay. I was wondering if this is like a station to buy like some sort of a drink. Could I buy him a drink, or
You can have one.
can I have one to take back? Yeah.
What do you want? We got Red Bull, which might or might not be good for you.
Yeah.
And we got plenty of water. Yeah. With bar. It's all room temperature.
I'm sure his life is room temperature, whatever works best. I guess, yeah, something simple, probably caffeine would be not necessarily the best. But yeah, I'm walking the course, and you guys pretty familiar with it already, I guess?
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it goes through a neighborhood in that direction, like a sort of a projects kind of thing. And like I stopped and talked to the people there, and they were basically coming to the realization that this is like a parade to usher in their destruction, kind of like.
Well, that's useful.
It's crazy. I was just listening, like just these people, man. It's like it's the other side, the flip side of gentrification. Sure, yeah. But
yeah, last year when before the bridge, farther down, like south of Washington Park.
Yeah.
We cruised through probably the same place.
It might have been.
And yeah, that came to mind.
Yeah.
Are you riding it?
No, I've just kind of sworn off bikes for a little while.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm going to walk the whole thing, so that's going to be a pretty long day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird, man. Like to see the people, like we're just having fun out here, you know. But like this is like people's.
There's two sides of it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
And as a white male, like I think it's pretty humbling to see like this side of it,
Right.
the
Yeah,
displacement
you're just
side.
kinda driving through.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Definitely.
Do you mind if I take him a Cliff Bar as well?
Go for
Or
Yeah.
okay, this dude is like skin and bones. Cool, I appreciate that. Yeah, one for the road for him.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'll go deliver this and be back. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right, perfect. The Good Samaritan. Got to thank my mom for that impulse. Thanks, Mom, if you're listening. Apologies for all the cuss words. Yeah, I remember just being a kid in Orlando, Florida, and stopping and getting a McDonald's hamburger for a homeless guy. From what I recall, this homeless guy was white and overweight, so our choice may not have been the best, but our heart was in the right place. So, yeah, this is, I don't know, something innately felt good about doing that, about giving that homeless man the food, and so I've always done that when I have the opportunity, and I realize that I can. And obviously I couldn't do it without the help of those other two guys, so it just shows you, no man is an island. I don't have anything I could give this guy, unless he wanted a single sip of water. You know, the funny thing is, too, I bet this guy has food. But, again, it's the thought that counts, and our heart is in the right place. And even if he has food, he wouldn't have an indefinite amount or necessarily access to more. So I can help assuage this guy. So now, just so that we can make this an even clip, I won't stop it until after I give it to him, so we can potentially hear how he accepts or denies the offer. We'll see. But I'm approaching now, so the time is soon. Oh, fuck. Just got a bee hit my eye. Jesus. Hello again. Actually, I don't know if you need any kind of food or water or not, but I just walked down a little bit further along the ways.
Okay, that's them right there.
Yeah.
The herb and stuff. Okay.
But yeah, they gave me some stuff if you would like. I mean, since it's getting hotter out here and all, you know. It's got some Cliff Bars and some, I guess it's just like carbonated water or something.
Okay, all right. Thank
But
you, sir.
yeah, man.
Okay, my name's John.
John?
Yeah.
Okay, Kenneth.
Kenneth, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, man.
But yeah, it's really the other guys who gave it to me, but
Okay.
in any
Yeah,
case.
I seen that car there a while ago.
Yeah.
When I was watching that close. I said I'm gonna go down here and carry tracks down here to the dump, and then I said I'm gonna go down there and walk down there.
Yeah, man.
Here. Yeah, I didn't know they had dug it out there for.
Yeah, it's clear the whole way.
Okay. All
But-
right, then.
Yeah, man. Cool. Well, take care, John.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. The guys who gave me the food didn't seem like they had too much to say, but you know, it's kind of like when you do like a psychedelic drug. It's like I can't really convey to them the significance of my experience that I had talking to those guys at the project homes. I hate calling them that. I don't know what else to call them. In any case, major props to those dudes for helping out. And damn, this might actually be a section where I have to do some more sketchy shit. I don't know. Yeah, I think I go straight here. Oh shit. This is where the zoom in qualities of my map become a liability. All right, I'm gonna leave it there for now. I'm gonna have to use my phone here in a second to reference what Angel sent me. Talk to you later. Bye.